Hello teacher and good afternoon. My name is Brian and in this part of the video I'm going to explain the exercise about the database, the exercise that let us classify animals using Prolog system. Well, first I'm going to show you the database we built. Uh, this is our database, is formed by facts. For example, this is a group of animals we're going to classify. Uh, we choose dog, dolphin, and well, all these animals you can see right here. And this is basically facts. We say that a dog and a dolphin, a bat, and all these other animals are animals, effectively. So now we're going to classify them by different characteristics. For example, we choose four legs animals, two legs animals, if they have four or they don't, um, if they fight scams, um, if they live in the land or they live in the sea, if they are viperous, if they are not, and well, if they are fish, if they are reptiles, they are birds, and if they have four legs, if they don't have legs, for example, a shark, and if they are I forgot what is it called, hemothermic, and if they have branchies. So basically, all this part of the database are pure facts. So we're saying, for example, in this line, the crocodile have four legs, and also, for example, if we're saying uh, the penguin have feathers, the crocodile has legs, and also lives in the land. And that's basically how we build all this database with all these facts. Then we have the part of the rules. The rules are basically rules to classify the animals. For example, how do we know that an animal, X animal, let's remember when we type X, Majus X, we're talking about a variable. So this X can be any of these animals that we define up here. So, for example, how do we know if an animal is, how we put it on the database mamífero? So we have to compare if the animal that is given by the input on the console, on the Prolog console, it's mamífero. And how do we know that? We go well, the program goes to the database and search in this part right here where we define the mammifers, and we see there are only four in the group that we give to the database. So it's a dog, a dolphin, a bat, and an ornithorync. So uh, if the input, if the variable that goes in the console on Prolog during the question or the console to the program, uh, it's one of those, so it's going to return true. If it don't, well, it will return a false. So for example, if we need to know which animals are mammifers, we can go here to Prolog, and first we need to consult our database. We call it base de conocimiento in this exercise. We're going to put open, and then we're going to ask mamífero, and then we place a dot at the end, and it will tell us that we have a dog, and oh, my mistake, a dog. Okay, fix it. So we have a dog. Let's make the console again. A dog, a dolphin, a bat, and well, false because there's no more data on the database. Also, if we ask mamífero, for example, tiburón, that's how we save it. It's going to return false because a tiburón is not a mamífero. That's how we define it on the database. For example, we can make, we need to know, I don't know, what is, if, which animals that are in the database right now are birds. So we're going to use es un ave, just as we define on the database, dot, and there we go. For example, if we're going to ask specifically if, I don't know, a penguin, it's an bird, it's going to return true because we define it on our database on this part as a fact that um, a penguin is a bird. And here in the rules, in the console, we have that it has the animal. If we type an animal as a variable and we ask them if it's another bird, it's going to first contrast with the database that the animal it's well centrally a bird. If it's not a bird, if it's I don't know, it's a reptile or I don't know a fish, it's going to return false. So as you can see, if we try again, but we're not with penguin, if we try with I don't know a dog, you'll see that returns false. That means well our database is working correctly. Our data is correctly typed. And that's basically how it works. That's basically how it's structured. It's based on facts. All of these are facts. And then it's controlled by some rules that let us ask to the system, well, these questions, if it's emothermic, if it has legs, if he don't, well, she don't, it don't, if he walks in full legs, and that's basically it. So this is how we structure the problem, and this is how we solve it, and this is how we make questions to our expert system about animal classification. This is the animals we choose, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for your attention, and thanks very much for watching.
Good day, I'm going to present the genealogical tree. To make the genealogical tree, we separate fathers and mothers, in addition to the fact that within each previous group, we separate the father from the father and the mother from the mother. Here we have the fathers, here mothers, and the rules. In this first line, we can see that Elizabeth's father is Luis, who is my grandfather on my mother's side. And then we see Alvaro, who is my grandfather on my father's side, with his respective children. Then there are my uncles and parents of my cousin with their respective children, and the same goes for the group of mothers. Here we have my uncles Jaime, Alvaro, and Agustin, and here we have the fathers of my cousins, Roberto, Tobias, and Alfonso. Following, we have the rules. I'm going to use the first line as an example. Here we want to consult the ancestor. consult the ancestor. Then we consult which are the children of X, and store the X in the variable C, and with C, we want to verify that C is the father of Y. That is the examples. If you want to read the rules, and we go to the practice examples. First, con and. In this line, we tell to the program that Álvaro is Julio's father and Álvaro is Victoria's father. If we verify, we can see that Álvaro is Julio's father and Álvaro is Victoria's father. The program says that is true. The next, here we say that Elizabeth is Santiago's mother. Start. The program says that is true. We're gonna verify here. Elizabeth is Santiago's mother. That is correct. Now we're gonna start with OR. Here we say that Luis is the ancestor of Santiago. If it's fulfilled, it tells us that it's true. If it's not fulfilled, it goes to the next validation, where it says that Luis is the ancestor of Laura. That signs that isn't fulfilled, it should show false, but the condition it was fulfilled with Santiago. In other words, the program must be say that is true. We're gonna prove the other cases. Here the program say that it's false because Luis isn't the ancestor of Dilma or Laura. Here the program say that it's true because Luis isn't the ancestor of Dilma, but Luis is the grandfather of Santiago. Finally, we have not. Here we say that Jaime is Santiago's uncle and he's not Alvaro's uncle, and that is correct because Álvaro is the father of Jaime. And that is all. Thank you.